Hello there, it's Gina from the Someday Society, and I wanted to hop on and talk about an upcoming event we have called Spring Cleaning. It's a craft and journal garden party taking place at the Blooming Barn in Hunlock Creek. It is May 9th from 6 to 8 p.m., and refreshments will be served. For the spring cleaning activity, we will be journaling to talk about what we want to clear out that's left over from the winter and make room for in the spring. We're making room in our life for growth, and we'll do that through journaling and crafting. You see, you have an 8-page zine that you'll be getting at the event, and the centerfold really discusses all of the different dried flowers and herbs that we'll be applying to our brooms. And you don't have to use all of the items that are available, but really sort of you want to pick out what you need, what you're looking for to be reminded of as spring comes, what you're making room for in your life. And there are several journaling prompts which we'll do as we're crafting. And it will be nice to just sort of open up your mind and think about how growth is slow. It's a process, it takes time, and that we're understanding that we're making room for that in our lives. We hopefully will be crafting in the greenhouse. However, if it's too hot, we may just be outside. The first item that we'll be using for the base of our project is the broom. And this is a really beautiful broom. It's good quality. The bristles don't fall out and they're not too sharp. They're nice and soft. And you can literally use this as a broom to clear away the energy, to clear away any little remaining things on your desk, or to clear the air. Or you can just use it, hang it up somewhere as a reminder that you are making room for spring. So brooms signify renewal, cleansing, fresh starts, and purging negative energy. The next thing that we'll be using are dried orange slices, and orange slices add for us energy, enthusiasm, creativity, joy, and warmth, which hopefully the setting of the garden party will also bring. The next thing that we'll be using are called bunny tails or florist grass, and these indicate resilience, adaptability, tranquility, and sustainability. So if you're looking for sustainable change, it would be a good idea to add some bunny tails to your broom. These rice flowers are very beautiful, and the way they're clustered together sort of indicate abundance. They also represent everlasting love, immortality, new life, and prosperity, which I think we could all use some prosperity in our lives and abundance of good, joyful things. Goldenrod we see a lot this time of year. These indicate encouragement, good fortune, growth, and also prosperity. They also add a nice little color and reflect the oranges pretty nicely. I think adding the green of the tea tree adds protection, resilience, healing, and transformation. And it also has a really nice scent to add to your broom and a pop of color when you compare it to the other color palette. The other items color palette, it's more subdued, but the green really just brings it out. Then we'll be adding wheat, which you see more in the fall because of their representation of the harvest, but they also represent abundance, prosperity, fertility, and life. So we're going to add some of that to our broom too because we want prosperity, fertility, life, and abundance. And then we'll be using some eucalyptus, which isn't typically red, but in this case, we'll be using it for the color. And this type of eucalyptus indicates healing, protection, purification, and strength. So if you're looking to add some strength to your new growth, you'll definitely want to use the eucalyptus on your broom. The safflower, they're really beautiful because they remind me of like buds. They indicate love, attraction, prosperity, joy, and happiness. So I know for sure I wanted to put some of those on my broom because I want to cultivate joy and happiness. We'll also be using some little pine cones, and pine cones indicate enlightenment, spirituality, abundance, growth, renewal, and protection. And they're very cute. There's various sizes that we'll have available, so you can choose which one you would want to add to your broom. And then cinnamon. Cinnamon is a really great scented item to add to your broom, and it indicates prosperity, success, protection, passion, and even purification. So we'll add the bigger items with glue, and we'll also have some raffia available. These little yellow tea roses indicate friendship, joy, caring, love, honor, and beauty. So if you're looking to cultivate some beauty or some caring in your life, those would be a good addition for your broom. And you can see here the color is really starting to pick up. Cresspedia or Billy buttons. These are cute. They're like little balls. And you can just use the balls or you can use the whole stem, and they indicate good health, joy, lasting happiness, and optimism. And I think just looking at them sort of brings me a lot of joy because they're so funny to have those big heads at the end. Lavender, you're probably pretty familiar with. These indicate purity, silence, serenity, grace, and calmness. So maybe you're looking to cultivate some peace of mind or some calm in your life, then you would definitely want to add some lavender. And of course, it offers a great smell for your broom as well. And then boxwood. Boxwood, they're really beautiful. That's another pop of green that you can add, and they indicate enduring life, protection, resilience, and structure. And I think resilience is something that we all work on a lot, just to be able to bounce back from things. And this is an image of the broom that I put together with all of the items that I like on it. You can see the orange slices and the billy buttons and the rice flowers. I really like the way it turned out, and I think it has a really beautiful smell. I keep it on my desk so that I can make room for new creative energy. While I have you here, I want to remind you about some of the events that we have coming up. The first takes place on May 9th, which is the same as the spring cleaning, and that is the Green Goddess Plant Fest at Alley Crafts on Schuyler Avenue. It will be 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will be vending there, so if you want to come and get some blind date with book, blind date with a journal, or even some zines, you can find us there. And then, of course, we are still in the midst of our journaling lab. And on Tuesday, May 12th, it will be session 3 of Journaling Lab. And we will be making our very own junk journals at that journaling lab. So that's very exciting. And then we have something brand new that we're going to be trying out, which is the Someday Society Social Club Craft and Journal Meetup. On the last Sunday of every month, we will be meeting at the Wyoming Valley Mall in the food court to craft and journal. If you want to come and just hang out and journal, it's completely free. If you want to make a little craft with us, it'll be between $5 and $10, depending on what the craft is, and we'll post it to our social media in advance. If you have any questions about anything that we've got going on, feel free to email us at thesomedaysociety@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms or follow along here on YouTube. Take care. See you again soon.